Hello and welcome to the 2016 Arnold Championships of the Universe. We are here in lovely Columbus, Ohio, about to watch the start of the last men's session, I believe.
I think you're correct, Dr. Boffa. Yeah, we just witnessed a great men's session, finishing off with D'Angelo Osorio pulling out a 210 clean and jerk.
Yeah,
weights that we haven't seen done by a non-super heavyweight in a long time.
Yeah, long time.
We also saw a lifter from Poland
Yeah.
do some really impressive lifting. He traditionally trains and lifts at as a 77-kilo lifter. He weighed in at about
double lifter.
weighed in at about 80 kilos and clean and jerk 185 or 188.
Yeah.
So some really impressive lifting here in Columbus.
Right now, Drew Butterworth coming out for his opening snatch attempt here, 116 kilos. Or maybe this is John Steiner? Whoop.
Steiner would be a big name to live up to in the world of weightlifting.
No, that was Drew Butterworth, excuse me. That was Butterworth. Yinka Ayanua. I don't know that Yinka knows he's a lifter because he has fewer than 30 seconds left to make this lift.
Yeah, 20 seconds now, boy. Yeah, he's
19 seconds. Clock is
clock's ticking.
Yinka
Now this is
Ayanua.
it looks like the lightest competitor in this session too.
He's 69, just over 69.
Oh, you can't change. He's trying to get it changed, but he can't change. He's got 5 seconds.
He's done. That's it.
Now, unless he did something really amazing.
I've seen a lifter run out
no
and make it with about 3.
Yinka Ayanua.
No, it goes back to Yinka. Although Yinka, yeah, you can see the board now. We're waiting on a number of athletes, and it's a very, very tight session. So the snatches are spread out from like 116, which we've just seen. 40 seconds left.
Okay, so
45 seconds for Yinka Ayanua.
let's see if we can pick him out back there because I don't know if something's going wrong.
See in the back that they may be working on a shoulder.
If you really don't think it's going to happen, just call it that way. The whole
Yeah.
crowd's not waiting around. The other lifters aren't screwed up in terms of their warm-up attempts.
Right now,
Unfortunately,
ran out.
that is another timeout for Yinka Ayanua
And now
at 116
they're putting another 2 minutes on the clock for him.
All right, we did learn that Yinka unfortunately suffered a bit of a shoulder
So
injury.
Okay.
Yinka has pulled out. He's not pulling out. Well, it is the Arnold. I mean, that might be better than
All right, let's hear it for
It could
Drew.
be.
In some circles, it's a far, far better thing.
Absolutely. Right now we have Drew Butterworth coming out for his second attempt.
Missed his
119,
opener.
yeah, after
116.
missing.
Took the bold move of going up 3 kilos.
Bold is a great descriptive word for
Bold's a
what he's done.
generous
Yeah.
word. Let's see if this was the right move. 18.7 stone.
Whoa. Yeah. Oh boy. This session's starting with a bang and a light out. Unfortunately, we have another 2-minute clock.
3
All right,
kilos
here we
to
go, Drew.
119.
He needs us to stay in the competition. Come on, folks.
And let's see
Let's
if
get a
he
little
can
bit
put
of
this
noise.
together.
I mean, he's really strong enough to basically power snatch this weight, so it's not a matter of strength or power. It's just position for him.
Yeah, technically not quite as efficient as you might hope. Much better.
Needs to hold.
He stabilizes. He gets the down signal.
Okay, yeah.
And the
He
judges
gets
say
it.
that is
I think
a
Stan Bailey was
good
taking a
lift
bite
at
of the sandwich and
119.
forgot to give the
Way
down
say.
signal.
Good.
So now a new lifter is coming out.
Diane Hernandez. 120, and this is a lifter who's just barely over 77 kilos.
Yeah,
So
really a 77 kilo lifter.
Yeah.
But is weighed in at 77.25. Let's see what he can do.
Pretty nice lift in there. Yeah.
That
Very nice
was-
opening attempt for Hernandez at
That's great.
120
Yeah,
kilograms.
that's a nice attempt. Luckily, he got us back on track.
And that would give him a 270 total, which is only 1 kilo more than the requirement to make the national total this year.
National totals this year are very, very high and much higher than what we were used to when we were lifting
Yeah,
nationals.
yeah.
Right?
It was a
One
different
year
era.
they went to 260, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. It was 2009. Yep. Ralston Baker here for his opening attempt at 120. Yeah, it's a bit of a
The
press
out
there.
Yeah, very strong, but
yeah.
I don't know what the judge is going to say.
No
lift,
lift.
unfortunately. 170. There were a couple attempts at 170 in
Yeah,
the
no
last
makes,
session,
though.
but no
Yeah.
makes, unfortunately. David Garcia attempted it,
The question
as
is,
did Norik Vardanya.
yeah, it's too bad Vasily didn't lift in the competition. Would have been fun to see him compete against these guys.
Yeah.
122 on the bar here for the opener for Alexander Bedau.
Weighed in 84.85, so he's 85.
Yeah, pretty smooth lifting there.
And that is a very nice opening.
Gets himself on the board with 122 kilos.
That is a good one. 22 kilograms. Markuchki is the lifter.
Derailed my Olympic career in ambitions.
We will have Schmidt.
That was what did it, huh?
That was what did it. It wasn't so much that I was a mediocre lifter, didn't quite have the drive, dedication, or talent.
Full-time student.
Yeah, it was that. That's a shame.
Bartosz Smarkuki coming out for his opener at 122.
Bart is actually the individual. Ooh, that's a bit wild. He's the individual who was responsible for bringing the Polish lifter here.
Is that right?
Yeah. But yeah, Bart from Connecticut.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So that's Bart from Connecticut. There we are.
Right now, Ralston Baker, 122 kilos. Now, he made his opener but was turned down, and so he has elected to go up 2 kilos, went from 120 to 122.
That was that right elbow that he had a little trouble with. That's the same elbow.
Yeah, I don't know what the...
He gets
A little better, though. A little better.
I mean, that is a good
2 to 1 he
Good
gets
lift.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well done.
It's again, it's a good lift, but the inconsistent
from the competition. They tightened up the rules in the other lifts.
Yeah.
But I wish they would kind of relax them a bit to allow for a little bit of variation, as long as you don't destroy the beauty and the aesthetic of the lift.
Exactly.
Now Bart out here for his second attempt, 122 kilos.
He's a pretty dynamic lifter.
Yeah.
Well done, Markuchki at 122
That's a
kilograms.
much better lifter.
Yeah, a replay could only be used to give a lifter the lift and not take
gonna
away.
happen, Dr. Westbrook. Not gonna happen. They want the power to give life and to take it away. That's what they want. So right now, Kevin Schmidt, his opening attempt, 123 kilos, and he weighed in just over 80 kilos, 80.82. Pretty good there. Pretty confident opener, I would say.
Yeah, I wonder if he's the guy who competes within the 77 class. He's pretty tall.
Yeah, 80 kilos.
That's a training weight.
John Steiner coming out, his opening attempt, 125 kilos.
Lindenwood University singlet.
Lindenwood Lions. As I believe, is that a treble clef on the right shoulder?
It seems to be, yeah.
Perhaps
Maybe he's a musician. Yeah.
Bass clef.
Bass clef, yeah.
Bass clef on the right shoulder. Perhaps musically inclined. Or maybe it's just a quotation mark and a colon. Probably a bass clef.
Or a frown face with that is drooling.
Or F clef. Let's see, he's got 20 seconds left.
Yeah, catches it very high.
Yeah.
All right, and the big fellow
Very
hooks
strong.
up
Wow,
at
look at that
145.
bounce. You know what it reminds me of?
Good lift.
You remember any of the footage from Doha, Qatar?
Absolutely. Well, it's just interesting to also see the progression of the actual shape of the plates too. I mean, we had in 2004 the sort of rounded
Usaka rounded at the
Usakas,
Olympics.
yeah, which I don't think made much sense from an engineering standpoint. But it was nice to sort of give a little bit of a throwback sort of
I
look
love
in a
those
way.
weights.
Yeah.
Glenn Kalbaugh here, 125. He weighed in. Ooh,
Wow,
very nice power.
very
shot.
good,
Very
yeah.
dynamic. He weighed in at 101.54. Great opening attempt. That's the way you want an opening attempt to look.
Sort of weight classes, where would you put your weight class limits at?
I would, first of all, the 77s would become the 80s.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that.
80s. I would probably bump up every class about 3 kilos, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. The Asian teams would not like that.
They would not be happy. But I do think 56 in this day and age is just a bit small.
It's
for
a small human being. Yeah.
Sheldon Stuckert, 125 kilos, opening attempt. Oh, that's great.
Really nice. And boy, he's got some short arms.
Yeah. Now, Sheldon, I believe, has represented the U.S. at the Junior
Juniors,
World.
yeah.
So, very good lifter. I mean, Rybakov in the 85s had those huge wingspan was enormous, almost collar to collar.
Yeah, I mean, and he has one of the best snatches of all time at 187, weighing 85 or
I mean,
less.
a snatch that rivals what was done in the 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
Jonathan Dawson, 125 kilos here. His opening attempt as well. He weighed in at 93 too, so a 94 kilo lifter.
Nice. We're seeing a lot of made lifts.
After Dr. Westbrook, I hate to jinx this. But right now, Dion Hernandez.
And he had a really great opener with 120, so hopefully he can repeat with that.
Now, he looks a little bit like Leo Hernandez.
He looks very much like
so
Leo
much
Hernandez.
so that I'm tempted.
A relative, maybe.
I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it's just when two guys that look alike, same name, and in the same sport.
You draw some conclusions.
This is 19.7 stone for our friends in the Commonwealth.
That's a nice lift.
That's a really nice. And he took a 5 kilo jump. But unfortunately, the Arnold, apparently downtown Columbus is using a cell tower system from 1983. Every year we come here, cell service grabs the bed.
Ralston Baker here for his third and final attempt at 125. Needs to, again, it could go either way.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? Let's see.
And the judges say that it is a
Judges,
Good
He
luck,
gets
2 to 1
He
in
gets
favor.
it. This room, but maybe as people leave the Arnold, the cell service will get better. Now this room is still quite crowded.
Yeah, it is.
Jeff Grambo, our heaviest competitor in this session. No, excuse me, our second heaviest.
127 on the bar and a very easy opening attempt.
Third heaviest, actually. That was way off. Devin Mundy is a heaviest.
Exactly. So it's very difficult to get internet connection here.
It's like the conditions for life in that expo center. It's like protein, lots of cell waves and energy, and like the collected goo left behind of a day at the expo.
That's right.
Alexander Beto, second attempt, 127 kilos, successful with his opener at 122. 18 seconds.
Oh no, we had a long streak of makes, and unfortunately, that is the first miss in a long time.
But now, now you're back in the game. Maybe you rest a little less. He kind of maybe tested a little bit.
Yeah,
can come back, and definitely, I think, is strong enough to make that.
Nailed his opener at 123.
So 127. This is a 4 kilo increase from his opening attempt. Again, only weighing in at just above 80 kilos. Yeah, he sort of even has a general look like Tatum. He almost has a technique almost similar to Tatum. You want to think, is he going for the
It's like the
copycat?
doppelganger session right now. Bart Smarkusi. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that name, Polish name.
That's okay. We've never called ourselves perfect, Dr. Bob.
Right now, 127. He missed his opener at 122, then made 122, and now 5 kilo increase for 127. That's a lot of a press out, but we'll see what the judges say.
That's a first.
Right? Ask the judges.
Yeah.
Right now, Beto with 127. He missed this on his second attempt. A little bit out front. Again, he opened with 122. We didn't see him for a little while. Then he took 127. But now he's at a shorter rest. Kind of the ideal amount of rest, if anything, a couple minutes.
Yeah, 3 to 4 minutes, or something, maybe even a little longer for those really heavy attempts.
And there we go.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, that one he almost threw behind him.
Yeah, really had a nice pull there. So he's got more in the tank.
Now, right now, Kevin Schmidt, his third attempt, he also missed his second at 127. Let's see if he can come back. Now, he made 123 in his opener. Let's see if he can put it together here. And I think
he's got it.
Oh, yeah. Very nicely done. Look at that.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not easy. I mean, you know, come back, but he gets it.
Coach Ma looking on.
Did you see Coach Ma do a clean and jerk recently?
I did see that
120.
video.
Looks great.
He does look great. I think he was fairly competitive as a younger
Yeah,
person,
yeah.
from my understanding.
Mundy, first attempt.
I don't think he's got his singlet completely zipped up. Yeah, pretty nice.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Dynamic, gets under the bar. Look at that bounce.
Yeah.
That guy's like 6.5 feet tall and it bounced up to his chin.
Well done.
And it's a system that's been built for years
Exactly.
and decades. So it's
And the light classes, certainly. I mean,
Yes.
they have yet to produce a really solid lifter in the heavyweights or super heavyweights or
Well,
even light heavyweights.
a female they have, of course.
In the women, yes,
yeah.
of course. I mean, Meng Suping, Lu Zhu, they've had a number of them in the 75s as well.
John Steiner here for his second attempt at 130 kilos. And that looks pretty good.
Yeah, that looks pretty convincing.
Yeah.
Nice job under the bar. He gets
That bar
it
literally
out.
bounced almost all the way to his shoulders.
That really is impressive.
Floaters.
Glenn Calbaugh coming out for his second attempt, also at 130 kilos. I think we're going to see that 125 to 130 jump
Yeah.
quite often over the next few minutes here.
Glenn weighed in at 101.54. Kind of caught in between 94s and 105s. But again, makes me long for the 100-kilo class. That was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
130 kilos right now. Let's see, he's got 15 seconds. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, well done under the bar, and
Yeah.
that is
Should
a
have 3 white
good
lights,
lift
no
for
problem.
Calbaugh.
So right now, Sheldon Stuckart, who has represented the U.S. internationally, coming out for a 130-kilo snatch, an 85-kilo lifter, but light at 82.76. Terry Groh coaching him, looking on in the background. USAW board member.
And Sheldon's got some pretty nice technique here.
That is pretty nice, yeah. Look at those
Lots of
squats.
power
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
And look at it. See, look at his hands. They're literally right at his hip. I mean, most people, you're about mid-thigh.
Yeah. Jonathan Dawson right now made his opener at 125. Second attempt at 130 kilos. Weighed in as a 94, 93.2. And he's got those famous Adidas.
Just beautiful,
Yeah.
both in aesthetic and function.
08 out of stars. Fetched like hundreds of dollars on eBay right now. That
Nice
was great.
lift.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
really
was
nice
very
lift.
nice. The bar came in very nice.
Yeah.
Had quite a straight pull.
Yeah.
After it got into the lap. And that's actually being quite generous. I
Yeah.
hate it. I loathe it.
Diane Hernandez here coming out for his third and final attempt at 130. So has taken 5-kilo jumps from first to second to third, I should say. It's been a while since we've seen Diane.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it was close.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. Got a little bit behind, let it go back, but looked pretty good. And technically, it was really nice.
So
Not our Diane Hernandez.
this is Jeff Grambo for his second attempt at 132 kilos.
Well done to
Pretty
the
strong
Barbs.
lift.
Yeah.
Now, if you
Hey,
had the last name
good lift.
Rambo,
Good lift at
would you wear a
132
red
kilograms. Well done, Jeff.
headband
Loaders
as you were
Stevenson,
doing pretty much
132.
everything in your life?
I would just
Two
take
more
off the
lifts,
G.
three more lifts.
Cowbell. Third attempt, 132 kilos. He has been doing quite well so far. 125, 130, and now took a nice conservative 2-kilo jump.
Again, he's had about that 3 to 5 minute rest period, so sort of ideal, especially for a bigger athlete in terms of recovering between the lifts.
Oh,
Oh, no.
unfortunately. So I gotta say, that barrier right now, Sheldon Stuckart, he is coming out for his third attempt. So like our previous lifter, made 125, made 130, and now a more conservative 3-kilo jump. Very nice, kind of what you would expect for lifters around this weight.
Yeah.
5-kilo jump and then a smaller from 2 to 3.
Born in '93, so still a pretty young lifter, not a junior any longer, but wow, that was one of the best of the bunch.
That looked great.
That's a very athletic and powerful young man.
Really
right there.
nice movement around the barbell. John Dawson, Devin Mundy, John Steiner, and then Jeff G. Rambo.
You know, we have to give a little bit of a shout out to these loaders here today. I mean, they're sweating, running around.
There was a guy earlier who really was just pouring
Drenched.
sweat.
Yeah, he was drenched. It's like he's spent.
And I can't blame him.
Yeah, it's like he spent the last few hours in a sauna.
Or taking whatever they're giving out in the expo hall. I mean, it might have been both. I mean, he was smart, he was. Right now, John Dawson, 134, despite the clock still saying 133. We assure you it is 134. He's got about 16 seconds. Yeah, that's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, he's the whole.
He gets the down signal, and
he's
ladies
very
and
happy.
gentlemen,
Yeah, that's a really nice lift.
Ohio State record at
And
94
an Ohio
Wow.
State record for 94 kilos. So that is great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. You know, if he were coming up when we were first getting to the sport, he'd be in that top
He
tier.
would
But
be,
right now,
yeah.
the quality of the lifting has improved so much that great lifters are now, you know, it's a real struggle
Mediocre
to be
in a
that
sense,
top.
yeah.
Exactly. Devin Mundy, 135 on his second attempt.
Getting very close to that 300-pound marker. Oh, wow. A little in front, but still able to control it.
Held on to it. Pretty good lift there.
Pretty good lift. It's pretty amazing how many lifters Coach Ma has pulled out of the Lindenwood sort of area. He's doing a good job.
It's made some serious strides, yeah.
Clock is ticking. Steiner.
So it's always a sad thing to see, especially
Yeah.
with a lifter who's as talented and as technically sound as either of the Barnes brothers. I think it was Darren.
I can't get their names straight.
I always screw them up.
So close. Why would you do that?
Daryl and Darren. I mean, it's torturing all of us.
Bad on names, regardless.
Right.
When they're distinctive. John Steiner, 135 on the barbell.
I think he's got it.
That was better than the
Nice.
last one.
Yeah, very
That
nice.
was great. So, John Steiner, 3 for 3, 125, 130, 135.
And it looks like we've only got 2 lifts remaining, and now we are over the 300-pound mark.
It's 137, 300.
It's a little above 300.
A little
Yeah,
above, okay.
yeah. So 136 is like 299 point something or something somewhere around there.
Let's see. Jeff Grambo.
Wow.
I think so.
Solid lift at 137 kilograms.
Yeah, that looked good.
Said you say yes.
Good job. Well done.
So Devin Mundy out here for the last snatch attempt of the session.
Come on, folks, get behind it.
140.
Let's
This
go.
is a nice lift for any
This
weight
is a big
class.
attempt, yeah. I mean, 135 on his second attempt was very good, a little out front, but
Yeah.
now he was trying to improve it by another 5 kilos. Let's see what he can do. Not bad. Looks
No,
little
not a bad
heavy.
attempt. Yeah.
A little heavy in that last little bit.
Yeah. You know, we've got a new Ohio State record by Dawson, 134 kilograms on the snatch. So great stuff. We've got a lot more to come. The clean and jerks will commence in less than 5 minutes. To my left, we have all the way from Beloit, Wisconsin, the one and only Dr. David Boffa.
To my right, the esteemed all the way from New Hampshire, now that he's gotten himself out of the woods of Maine. Doctor, after getting lost there for far longer than he anticipated, Dr. Jonas Westbrook. We will see you in just under 5 minutes.
Welcome back to the 2016 Arnold Classic Weightlifting Championships. We are at the 6 o'clock men's session here, clean and jerk portion of the competition. This right now is Alexander Bedau coming out for his opening attempt at 146 kilos with a successful clean and a successful jerk.
Looks good.
Yeah.
And he made 2 out of 3 snatches, ended up with 127, and he gets on the board with that 146. So right now, Dion Hernandez coming out for his opening attempt. We saw a very nice lifting from him in the snatch, 120, then 125 in his second, and just missed 130.
Yeah.
And now, here he is.
50 on the bar.
150 opener.
Yeah. And again, technically pretty good. So I'm expecting to see something nice here in the clean and jerk out of Dion.
Very patient. 20 seconds, under 20 seconds.
Oh, really nice.
Yeah. Again, that looks like Leo Hernandez. That technique.
Yeah, and those quick elbows.
Yeah,
during
exactly.
the turnover.
Yeah,
that's
that's
a lot like
Very
Hernandez.
upright catch. I mean, that torso, beautiful and vertical.
Right now we have Alexander Bedau coming out for his second attempt at 151 after successful with 146 on his opener.
Just got a text from the great Gregor Winter of All Things Gym. And if you're unfamiliar with All Things Gym, you must check it out. Beto, unfortunately, that's probably not going to pass. That right elbow, I think, was a bit shaky.
It was.
We'll see what the judges say, though.
That's 2-1 in
2
favor.
to 1 in favor.
Okay.
Dr. Westbrook.
So we have the doppelganger of James Tatum coming out, Kevin Schmitz, for his first attempt at 154, and he's another lifter in between classes. He weighed in right around 80.
Yeah.
Probably could cut. I mean, he doesn't look like Dimas at the 2004 Olympics or anything like that, so he can probably lose a couple pounds if he needed to.
Still looks pretty lean, though. I mean,
right.
Definitely would be a bit of a struggle, maybe, but you imagine he's probably a 77 kilo lifter, or maybe he's on his way up. Decided, I'm going to really fill the class out.
You know, another similarity to James Tatum is he's got somewhat skinny legs.
Yeah.
James Tatum he's got strong legs, don't get me wrong, but they're not these bulky, big legs like Travis Cooper or somebody like that.
Stands up 154. Now he made 2 out of 3 snatches, ended with 127.
Looks like he's
pretty
got
good,
it.
yeah. That's a nice opening attempt, I think.
It's just, this is what's so great about weightlifting, because really you look at Mr. Schmitz here, and if he had a shirt on and a pair of jeans on, you'd think to yourself, there's no way this guy's
Could be an accountant, a librarian.
340 pounds over his head. Here we have him, proving it to us that he can do it.
Right now, Glenn Calbaugh coming out for 155. His opening attempt. Glenn made 130 in the snatch on his second attempt. And he weighed in just over 100, 101.54. So again, caught between 94s and 105s.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty big. Don't think that's going to be a good lift. A lot of bend in the elbow there. So this is Yinka Ayanua, who did not come out for his snatches. There was some sort of shoulder injury, but he's opening with 155 as a Wow, very smooth
Oh, that's
lifter.
beautiful. You're weighted just over 69.
Holy smokes, he's a real talent.
All right. Very
Oh
impressive
boy,
job at
so that
155
left shoulder,
kilos.
excuse me, right shoulder is
As
still
you can tell,
something
he
is
knows
going
the
on there.
Really great lifting right
Yeah,
there.
he's a 30-year-old guy. You know, he's not a young chap.
No. Now,
Um,
Liu Xiaoshun, who is over 30, has apparently said that he's looking for. I mean, Rio is obviously on his plate next,
Of
but
course,
he's going to stay until Tokyo if that's what he can
Tokyo,
manage. That's what he
yeah.
said.
I think he can do it.
As somebody who's a little older than Liu, I'm curious. Things change, Liu. Let's just say that. Things change. 155 right now for Ralston Baker.
really waits to get into that
Yeah.
bar. I think he's got it. Looks like the elbows stayed steady, so he should be in good shape. Yeah, that's a good lift. Really take note, too, of his very, very fast elbow exchange after the pull and when he catches the weight. And, of course, importantly, and he does this nicely, he stays very upright. The back stays very vertical all the way through the stand-up really nicely. So that's something to take note of during this clean.
Yeah, technically, in the snatch as well, very, very nice looking lifter. Also, really weights over the bar. My thighs are burning just watching.
Yeah, really.
That vertical torso, fantastic.
Oh, nice. Very easy lift.
Yeah, now, maybe because he's a Cuban lifter, I'm assuming he's a Cuban lifter. We can hear some Spanish being spoken by his coach. Maybe that's why he and Leo have that similar style.
Yeah, could be.
In my world, if your technique is the same, you're related.
Your brother in kilos.
Exactly. That's good enough. But
Yeah.
perhaps, same coaching styles. I mean, there's definitely a Cuban system of weightlifting related to the Soviet system, and so that could be it.
Right now we have Glenn Calbaugh coming out for his second attempt at 155.
Yeah, unfortunately, his opener did not go so well. He was turned down on a 155.
Elbows were a little loose, so he needs to just tighten those up. The clean was pretty easy, though. No. Uh-oh. Okay, saved.
Yeah.
By the
Saved by the Columbus weightlifting barrier.
Yeah, the barrier, and that's it. That's why it's so important to have a meat coach who really knows those things. Who can say, calm down, just relax.
All my coach did was yell at me to sit down. So this is Alex's final attempt. He made 146, then 151. And so now he's looking to improve on that a little bit.
A little too
Now,
much.
Clean was a bit heavy, but gave it a good pull.
Yeah, a lift like that makes you think, okay, it's just this. It's a strength issue.
Yeah,
Get
get the legs a little stronger.
Yeah.
Glenn Calbaugh, who needs this lift. He had a good snatch session. He made 2 out of 3, 125, 130, then missed 132. Clean and jerk, unfortunately, has not gone so well so far. He's missed 155 twice. Needs this to stay in the competition for a total and a Sinclair.
And he has the traditional Russian knee wraps that he's wearing.
Better clean than the second one.
Yeah.
Oh,
no. He wants to hold on. Uh-oh.
And that took it out.
Yeah.
That did it.
Well,
that almost took out Stan Bailey as well.
Stan Bailey is still alive.
Stan Bailey still alive.
And that was, I saw the guy come in and actually re-screw it down. So that was, again, we're talking about 330-something some odd pounds. 340 some odd pounds.
And the bar starts thinking, it's in my best interest to go over this monster's head.
I mean, at one point he literally said that, sometimes he can't squat, not because he can't squat it. So here is Sheldon Stuckart, who's really been a pleasure to watch thus far.
Beautiful technically. 3 for 3 in the snatch.
Yeah, an 85-kilogram lifter, a light 85-kilogram lifter.
82.76.
Has really, and we've mentioned this, has just a great physique for weightlifting, and large quads, short arms, fairly long torso.
Very
Really
nice,
nice.
clean.
That quad. I mean, the ratio of quad to kneecap, sort of. I mean, this is a lot to say, but it sort of reminds me of Artem Akulov a little.
Oh.
He's done 60-something in training, but anyways, he was even like, oh, his legs
He's
are
impressed with his
enormous.
squat.
Yeah.
That's saying something. Jeff Grambo, 157. Pretty easy clean.
Yeah.
And he also made all 3 snatches.
Yeah, he's got it.
Not bad. Not quite as confident. I mean, he's very strong, but
I think he's got more in the tank. I think he's one of those guys who just sort of makes it look a little harder than
I
it
think he's got
probably
more in
is.
the tank.
Now, 158 is the weight that James Tatum snatched recently.
Exactly, and his doppelganger here
is trying to clean and jerk the same
going
weight.
for the clean and jerk. Yeah, it's a very good clean and jerk. Kevin Schmidt weighs in just over 80 kilos, 80.82. So not really an 85. A little heavy for a 77, but a good training weight for a 77.
Yeah,
Certainly.
yeah, absolutely.
We'll see. Now he made his opener at 154 and took a nice 4-kilo jump.
Struggled standing up with it a little bit.
Yeah, same thing, but it's just a little bit more struggle this time. Coach Terry Groh looking on in the background. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, those loaders are moving fast.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That is. He's following himself, unfortunately, which means he gets a 2-minute clock.
Oh, that's
compared to the usual
hard.
one.
Next weight being asked for is 160, so he'd have to jump 2 kilos, which is, at your maximum weight, that's a big deal.
Yeah. Now, did you tend to do more in training than in competition?
I did, actually. Yeah, all my best lifts are all training.
Right now, Yinka Ayanua, who made his opener, didn't take any snatches, unfortunately, because of a shoulder injury.
Nice technician here. So
Yeah,
take note
very
of Yinka.
strong. And again, 69.41 kilos, a very light athlete. Wow. Yeah. Wow. It's a shame he did not snatch.
Yeah.
He would have had a great Sinclair.
Yeah, he really
Would have had a great Sinclair if he had been able to put something overhead. Right now, Ralston Baker, 160 kilos, his second attempt in a clean and jerk, made 155 in his opener. It was struggle. Really hung with that pull.
Yeah. Now,
No.
there's a couple interesting things there. One, like you said, he hung onto that pole forever before getting under it. And then he kept holding the bar as he caught it, and then he released his hands.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's see what's happening. So Diane Hernandez right now.
Yep. And he's got the wristband that you cannot remove without a $75 fee. So he does not want to lose that, and he wants to make this 160 kilos.
Made his first and second attempts, 150, 155.
4 for 4 already.
Yeah,
so,
snatched 125. So he's already got a 280 total. Just a shade over 77. He's a wristband over 77. If he could take that wristband off, he would have waited
Definitely
77.
be under. I think that's a 384 Sinclair already. Is that right?
Yeah, or is that 364?
I can't tell from here.
I think it's 364, which is already a very good Sinclair.
Wow, very strong.
No, unfortunately, no. Had a great clean.
Good work today, Diane.
Good work. I mean, hopefully he's the guy who's really on the sort of upstroke of his career.
So we have Kevin Schmidt, who's the current lift, 385, and the board they were looking at also provides the world record. And 218 kilos. Yeah, exactly. Which we're probably not going to see today. But we also have not seen internationally since, I think, 2001. It's one of the longest records ever.
It's been attempted a number of times, and one including this past year.
Yeah, at Worlds. Kevin Schmidt standing up with 160. He elected to take a 2-kilo jump after missing 158.
Too much weight. Too much. It's still really impressive that his frame can stand clean and stand up with that
I know.
160. It's really amazing.
Ralston Baker, third attempt, 160 kilos. Missed it on his second. He made 155 on his opener.
Yeah.
No, just too much, unfortunately.
I would have been surprised if he made that, to be honest with you.
161 kilos, and this will be his opening attempt. He had a great day in the snatch, and Dawson also broke the Ohio record in the snatch.
He did.
134. He snatched for the 94s.
You wonder, we don't know what the Ohio clean and jerk record is, but you have to imagine that's probably in the back of his mind.
About it. Yeah. What if that was Mark Canella's record?
Very well could have been.
Could have been. At some point, Canella was 94 kilos,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Canella's still a guy who can move some weight around.
He can. Okay. Pretty nice clean.
Yeah.
Jerk's a little bit rough, but I think he's got it.
I think he's got it. I did like how the bar rested high on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I did a good job of staying really upright during the drive, and I think that's really what saved the lift for him.
Yeah. Sheldon Stuckart is going to be the lifter. At 161 kilos, there's Terry Groh, USAW board member, coaching him.
Now, I wonder, I would assume that Sheldon will probably be the highest Sinclair
In the session.
Yeah, in this session. Now, if Yinka had snatched, I think even if he had only snatched maybe 100 kilos, he probably still would have had the best Sinclair. But unfortunately, he did not snatch anything. So he is not awarded anything, even though a Sinclair total is listed for Yinka.
Not sure how they're doing that.
I don't know where that other number is coming from, but right now, Sheldon Stuckart. 161, 355 pounds on the ball.
Yeah. He made his opening attempt at 158, so a nice 3-kilo jump. Stands up so easily, yeah, what you'd expect with those quads.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Great jerk, too, yeah.
It's funny because, he's an 85-kilogram lifter, and when you think of Artem Akulov, Abdi Akudov, it's almost not fair to think of a guy like this that has to compete against
They're
Artem
so much
Akulov.
bigger. They're quite a bit bigger. I mean, and that's the way at that level. Yeah, those guys are really more appropriately 87, 88, 89 kilo lifters.
Yeah.
So Bart Smarkuszki, again, probably butchering that Polish name. He's coming out for his opening attempt, 162 kilos.
Very
Pretty
strong
easy
pull.
clean, yeah.
Looks pretty good.
I think so, yeah. Judges say, yeah. Clean jerk is what wins competitions. You have to clean and jerk to actually make the competition a real competition and get a total. But
Yes.
the snatch, in my view, is just incomparable. Jeff Grambo, clean and jerk, second attempt, 163. Now, see, I think now that's the issue that we discussed last time, where he's just not actually driving the bar to extension. He's driving it and then pressing it up overhead.
No, he's going up.
Yeah.
Now he's coming out.
He's
coming
doing it.
out. So
Interesting.
that's difficult. For, as you mentioned, the heavier lifters, they take a little longer to recover. But maybe this is what he trains at. Maybe he's used to.
Could be. At least with the 165, you would have had the major plate change.
Yeah, and other lifters. No, I think that would have been maybe the right move.
A guy that size, you got to give him 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Between clean and jerks. Yeah. 165.
Opening attempt, Drew Butterworth.
So Butterworth really had he has a huge difference here between his snatch.
119 was his snatch. He made it on his third attempt. He missed his two opening attempts, 116, 119. Very good clean, very strong.
Yeah.
Looks a little heavy on him, but
He's almost got it.
I think so.
Yeah. And, he's a guy that he could be pretty new to the sport.
right now, John Steiner, his opening attempt. He had a great day in a snatch, rather. 125, 130, 135.
The tattoo artist that did that shoulder sun thing, it really did a nice job with those colors.
Hey, it looks great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Clock is running on 40 seconds. Plenty of time.
Come on, be aggressive. Let's go.
Lifting for Lindenwood. Lindenwood Lions. Let's see, this would give him a pretty nice 290 total. Or excuse me, 300 total.
300, yeah. Really strong, clean.
Very wide hands in the jerk. Let's see this. Oh, boy. No.
Excellent fight by Steiner. Unfortunately,
Real heavy.
That's too bad.
That's
It
not how
does
you want
look
a jerk
heavy.
to look on the opening attempt.
No, no.
keep the bar at 130.
Jonathan Dawson here for his second attempt at 165. We're not going to see this weight change for a few minutes here.
A number of athletes calling for this. Dawson, of course, who broke the Ohio State snatch record with 134 in the 94s just about a half hour or so ago.
I think he's got it.
Oh no, he needs to stand up. I don't know if the legs were ever straight, but the feet were in line.
No lift.
So
Not for a lack of effort.
John Steiner, now the lifter. Now
Boy.
Dawson will have another attempt.
That's not a lot of time for Steiner here.
Yeah, but better than falling yourself.
Better than falling yourself, absolutely. But still, again, you're talking about a good-sized lifter. You know,
Yeah.
I think one more attempt in between would be sort of almost ideal, maybe even two.
Yeah.
So this could be difficult for him.
Well, and especially because, I mean, this is the worst. When you do the clean and jerk, and you basically do the whole lift.
Yeah.
And then you lose it behind, or miss the jerk, or get turned down.
And he held that jerk for as long as he possibly could.
So let's see if he can get this now.
A stronger
Clean
clean's going to help him.
Yeah, clean looked all right last time, though.
Yeah.
Clean looks pretty good.
Looks like he's got the grip correct. Yeah, that's much better.
All right, Steiner stabilized.
All right.
165, and that's
So.
a good lift.
Gets that.
All right,
Good
Lotus,
lift,
keep
no
it to
problem.
that.
Still, this is a great lift. I mean, this is really an impressive lift for a 69-kilo lifter in this country.
Yeah.
And this is quite respectable even at the world level, I would say. I mean, it's not A session,
Absolutely.
but
yeah.
it could get you into the B session, I would say.
Yeah. Interesting to see that 116 opener for the snatch.
Yeah. Oh.
No, not in the mind.
No.
Again, he's dealing with an injury, so that has to affect the mental game. Next up, we have really sort of the premier athlete of this session thus far. He's gone 5 for 5. He did 161 on his second attempt. Is now asking for 165, a sensible increase. And he has, it looks like a 380.
360.
That's a 6.
360.96 Sinclair.
I'm sorry, which is a really excellent Sinclair. So this will just continue to improve that number. Again, we're not going to break 400 this session like what was done last, but still very respectable.
Wow, yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think that's a good lift.
Not bad. A little bit weak on that left elbow,
He's
but
got it.
3 white lights.
He's got it.
Well done.
6 for
Sheldon,
6.
6 for 6. That's a great day. Great day for him.
If I were giving out awards in each session, he would win my award.
He would win the Dr. Westbrook Award of just, hey, well done.
Good
Great
job.
lifting.
Yeah.
A light 85.
So this is Jonathan Dawson coming out for his third and final attempt. Now, we don't know what the state record is, but you have to imagine it's probably close to this.
You would think, but again, we don't know.
We don't know. Maybe we'll find out at some point in the future. So let's just hope that he can make it regardless. with a 134 clean and jerk, this would put him over that 300 kilo total, which is a really great thing for a 94 kilogram lifter. Nice.
Come on, John.
Oh. Yeah, I think. Oh. Oh, well, it goes back.
And that is a no lift as he lost it behind.
You know, that's
Somebody's
too
yelling
bad.
from the crowd. It's a good lift. I don't know if they're going to listen, but.
Was it a good lift?
No.
Mike's
It's the easiest way to do it. I'm always getting the emphasis wrong.
Emphasis.
Emphasis on the wrong syllable. Clean and jerk here for Devin Money, 168. That's
Very
a great
strong.
clean.
Yeah, really
Great
nice
confident
opener
jerk,
and lift.
too. Yeah.
All right, that's a
Yeah,
big
he's probably has a good range of maybe 10 kilos between his
Yeah.
next two attempts. So
I
that's
think he broke his first record at 16.
No worries.
Right now,
Come on,
Bart
Bart. Make it happen, big guy.
coming out 170 kilos. No.
too much.
You know, he pulled it quite well, and then it just, I think maybe he almost over pulled it, let go of the bar, and it kind of crushed him a
Crushed
little
him
bit.
a little
'cause
bit, yeah.
I think he had the height on it, to be honest.
I agree.
He's going
Okay,
up.
going up. I
Going to
think that's
171.
I think it's
by
a smart
himself.
move.
So this means the lifter will be Drew Butterworth.
Again, this is over 50. This is 52 kilos
Come on,
more
let's
than
get
he
behind
snatched.
him.
Yeah,
This is a
a
huge
big split.
jump, or span, I should say, between the snatch and the clean and jerk. If
That's
he
a
makes it.
big split. Although Bart Marczkuski would have a similar split.
Go, folks.
Yeah,
He didn't snatch too much more.
that's right.
Let's see if he can put this together.
Grinds through the clean.
Had a good pull, but yeah, standing up, bit of a grind.
Nope. He's got one more attempt, so
He does, yeah. Drew Butterworth has one more attempt.
not only local meets, but national meets. You're seeing a lot of crossover from CrossFit, and that body type does favor a larger upper body than lower body. So I find that we see that more common than we used to.
I would say so. Let's see. Bart Marczkuski coming out 171.
Much better.
Yeah, manages to clean it.
I think he's got it.
Now his arms.
He gets it down, Signal. And the
Judges say
Good lift. Okay. There was enough
I-
clapping
yeah.
and people were into it.
People
But we should
from,
probably tweet this. I
Actually,
think.
yeah, the new Nike Romaleo 2s, the pink version.
Well, you know, we were just talking to somebody. Afro, what was the name of that company?
Oh, I can't remember. Afro
Afro
something
something,
or other
yeah.
at the Spartakiad.
Yeah. We were talking to him and he said, why hasn't Nike come out with a pink shoe?
And they did now.
Someone was listening. Drew Butterworth, 171. No.
heck of a fight,
Too heavy,
not
unfortunately.
quite there.
3 lifts remain, only 2 lifters left.
And now they're both asking for 175. This will be a 7-kilo jump for Devin, who's up next.
Devin Mundy right now for his second attempt after a 7-kilo increase to this 175. Yeah, really nice.
Looks very good. Coach Ma looking on.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, that was nice.
Now, from what you've heard from other lifters, more specifically, John Steiner here coming out for his third and final attempt at 175. He missed 165, made it, and it's jumped 10 kilos.
Wow. Good pull, just a little bit of struggle in that last third standing up. Not a bad effort, but just stepped through a little early. I didn't quite finish that drive and stick with it.
One lift remains. 400 pounds, 182 kilos is loaded on the
Yeah.
bar right now.
At the 400-pound mark.
Devin Mundy is left.
400 pounds, big weight.
Third attempt, Devin Mundy. Let's see if he can do it. He had a very nice opener at 168, then took a 7-kilo jump to 175, and now coming out for 182, another 7-kilo jump.
A nice 14-kilo spread there between first and third. That's nice.
Let's see what he can do. Cleaned it.
Oh, no. Just
He
not
moved
there.
under it. He tried.
He did. He tried to get low on that.
He tried to get through the platform, I think. If that platform had a hole in the center, he might have
made it.
gotten down. Yeah.
So it looks like the highest total was 360. No, that's not the case.
Because Sinclair is unfortunately not a real Sinclair.
So Sheldon Stuckart, who we
Stuckart
expected
right there, and he went 6 for 6, which is a great day. And you can see,
packed house.
despite we're nearing 8 o'clock, and it's still a packed house. This is an audience that wants to see weightlifting. That's it for the A platform. That said, there is more lifting tomorrow.
Oh,
when
yes.
some youth lifters. Dr. Westbrook, it has been an absolute pleasure this evening. I have enjoyed myself. I've enjoyed the previous sessions. I've enjoyed this one. And I hope you have as well.
Dr. Baffa, the pleasure and honor is all mine. We are the two doctors. In addition to commentating for these great events, we also have a podcast. You can find us at Baffa Westbrook at the Two Doctors on Twitter. You can also find us on our Facebook page, The Two Doctors. And also, we have a website.
We do.
The2doctors.net with the number 2.
And the podcast is on iTunes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So tune in. We've had some requests to do a little more podcasting, so perhaps
people want it more frequently. Exactly. People want it more frequently.
It's only the 2 people who listen to the podcast that are requesting it, but hey,
we're doing what we can.
We do what we can. So thank you, viewers and listeners, for tuning in. Much more lifting to come.
Good night, everybody.